Welcome, welcome, welcome to Garnetqueentarot, where we are inspired to rise. How are my wonderful Taurus family doing? Hope you guys are great. Today is Sunday, so we're starting a new week, March 19th. That is beautiful. Oh, remember to do your breathing. You're coming into our private realm, and we want to make sure that our breathing is good and our energy is clear. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Shake it off. Shake it off. Don't you feel better? Tell the truth. You know you feel better. Some people don't like to breathe. Some of y'all don't like to breathe, Taurus, but you're starting to get more in tune with it and you're doing it. Some of you are starting to manifest more so now, too. Spirits talk to us on behalf of our wonderful Taurus family. Help them to gain knowledge and understanding and clarity for messages that they need to align up with. Let them see the signs of things to come, of what they need to see, need to hear as they continue to breathe. So wonderful. So wonderful. You know, even when you exercise and stuff, a lot of times you got to breathe throughout so you can keep your lungs open and everything flowing. Here we go. Taurus. All right. One more shuffle. Okay, what is the message for our Taurus today? Okay, we have the Six of Cups, the King of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands. We got here the Five of Pentacles. I think that was one of your things. Taurus, you are so loving. You are so loving. And you about to, because of your heart and how you always give, you're going to come into abundance very soon. You are very optimistic. You're very positive. You have a couple of legal matters coming up, and justice will balance in your favor. Okay. It will definitely, because you've been struggling and you have been feeling like, oh my goodness, as soon as you make money, you got to put it out. Everybody's got their hand out. And you went through some serious struggle as far as finances go. Things were not working in your favor. Had money, lost money. Just fed up. You've been pushing. Somebody's been trying to sue you. And you was feeling like all you had was just going and going. You never had any money for yourself, and you lost, and now you've come into your own again because that's the current situation. It's showing that money is coming to you, and you are going to be celebrating. It's money has come to you to start something, to do something. You're working on building a business. You're working with partnering with others, and you're reflecting on a team you're working with. You have a lot of pots on the stove, I should say. And they're starting to pay off because you've been struggling for a minute with that mindset of lacking and just being so fed up and tired of everything, because it was seeming like everything you were trying, it would fall apart. It wouldn't be long lasting. And what little you had, you kept giving of yourself no matter what, in hopes that one day you could give more. It wasn't like a selfish plea. It was more so, I've been going through stuff, but there are people in worse situations than myself. So you always try to help in a way. So it makes you feel better, it's really nice for you. And there's a lot of things growing. Like I always tell everybody, this is one of my favorite cards because this card in itself, it shows the abundance. It shows, like, even the castle in the background, a foundation you're building, always ready to take action whenever, as this greenery is showing abundance, inheritance, wealth. All will pan out in your favor. But you've gone in this transition mode all the time where it's like 1 minute you have, 1 minute you don't, 1 minute you have, 1 minute you don't. And what you've learned right now is that you have to stay strong. That's basic. You have to stay strong because things come at you left and right. Life is continuous. Transactions happen daily, minute by minute. And you see, even with this card, how he has on the steel boot, it's showing that stability, that solid ground. And it's forceful. He's ready for anything. He could take it on because he's been through so much. He knows what it's like to go through storms and get through storms. And to stay positive, because you can control your destiny if you believe and know what you want. You're focused on, let's say, point D is arriving at your destination, is sitting on your throne and recognizing all your labor, your sweat equity, all that you've been through, your experiences. But you got A, B, C. A is the beginning of it all. A is when you have your master plan in your mind and you want to put your work into action so that you can achieve to get to D. So then the process being B and C, that's when all the experiences transpire. That's when the doubt seeps in. That's when you fall down and you got to get back up. Some people stay stuck. This is all the processes B and C, because you know where you started from and you know where you want to be. It's all the stuff in between, Taurus, that's frustrating, because as you're climbing constantly, it seems like it's a never-ending climb. But it's because there's so much distance from A to D. And B and C is all the hard work that you have to put in to arrive at D. So when you're going through B and C, you doubt yourself, you're frustrated, you feel down. How long you stay down is up to you. And you keep making up your mind that you're going to get through this. You know that celebration is part of the course. You know that people coming there to tear you down is on the course. But yet something keeps you going. You don't know what it is. Is it your faith? Is it your tenacity? Is it your strength? It's a melting pot of everything. Because when you have a strong faith, you are willing to be in that pot cooking, going through the process, weathering the storms, sweating from all of your sweat equity. And you can see some milestones, but you're not in the zone where you want to be. Sometimes that road could be flooded. It could be dry. It could be a forever journey in your mind, but there's going to be a day where that light is illuminated, shining on your path, and you could see part of the letter D. And you know you're getting closer and closer and closer on your journey. Because living is about movement. Movement. When you stop moving, even on vacation, you move. When you stop moving, you can't move anymore. And you're coming to the end that you predetermined. But if you want to continue growing and getting through, yeah, you could go on vacation. You could relax, take time out. But you got to keep moving because it keeps your body warm. It keeps you going. It keeps you learning. It keeps you getting over humps and bumps in life. It's part of the process. Now, just like that mouse and that wheel, and he just keeps going and going and going, the key is he could get off at any time to take a break, to breathe, to refocus, to see how much further, what else he needs to do, to tweak the steps along the way, and then get back on that wheel. That's how you have to be in this world. Because when you just completely stop, that means you're shut off. So where are you going? You have to have intent with your words for them to be attainable. You have to recognize that when you're getting closer to your destination, you will experience. Some people believe that you'll only experience hardship and rough times in the beginning stages. No, there's always a hurdle to overcome. It keeps your mind going and flowing. So it's not because you did something wrong. It's because they're showing you things that could happen along the way. We are tested all the time. We're tested all the time. And the key is, if you remember the experience and you get tested, you're able to apply the knowledge you gained while you were going through that part of the process. So it's going to be easier. It still could be difficult, but it'd be easier for you to get closer to the letter D when you start going through more experiences, because you're gaining that knowledge that's necessary when you become a leader. Because you see, when you're going through all these things, you can share that information with others. You understand? And then they recognize that, hey, I can get through it. It's one of the steps I'm going to have to get through. See, when people go before us, it helps us along the way because their experiences help us to see a route more clearly, because I'm not going to do this and I'm not going to do that. It may not work each time for everyone, but then you can create your own path. You don't have to reinvent the whole wheel. There's some things that will line up with what it is you're working toward, and it'll show you that route to take. Like when you see people have the games and they go online to find the answers, the codes to help them to knock down certain walls. That's how it is in life. Somebody's already gone through this. It may not be exactly like what you're going to be going through, but it's going to help you along the way to help clear some of that path. That's why we learn from our ancestors. We learn from what people have experienced. We don't try to change the experience. We may tweak it a little, but we're not going to wipe it out. So what I'm saying to you is, yes, you experience lacking. Yes, legal issues that you got through. And with that, have you ever been in a position, Taurus, where somebody said something or needed help and you had that experience and you know what you had to endure and how you overcame? So rather than have that person try to knock down these walls that they have no clue of what they have to do, they just know that it's on their path, an obstacle. You could step in now and say, I've had that experience. This is what I did, and it got me through. And you know there's no guarantee with anything in life, but if somebody could give you a roadmap to help you to get closer to your destination, wouldn't you read it? You have been through the worst of it. And it's time for you to grow beyond what you've been through. Some people will say to you, ooh, I know. When they tell you what they've been through, you're like, you don't look like what you've been through. No, because you have to stay in your faith. You have to keep praying to your source. You have to keep marching forward. You have to keep being optimistic. You have to take the negativity out your mind. Even though you may be experiencing it and feeling it, you got to say, I'm going to get through it. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And then in the end, to end up with joy, fulfillment, contentment, and people will see you and look at you and figure, oh, you lucky. Oh, no, it's not about luck. It's about the journey. It's about the faith. It's about the prayers. It's about the manifestation. It's about documenting and writing it down and seeing beyond the clouds, seeing sun even when it's raining. People got to get in tune with themselves. Taurus, you are starting to line up. You're getting to know who you are because you believe in you. You believe in yourself. And that is not easy to do. It is not easy. It is not an easy task. You know the assignment. And whether you taking vitamins so that you could get through, whether when that headache comes, you pop a ibuprofen or whatever you take, you know that you're not stopping on this journey. Yes, the enemy has come and tried to take you down. And at points you just couldn't move on. You just stayed stuck. But you didn't give up. And that's the difference. Joy cometh in the morning. So all of this stuff that you're going through right now, you have questions about a relationship. You are not even sure if you really, really like the person. You're just focused on your grind right now. You're focused on your grind. And you have no apologies for it. You know how much work you have put in to get to where you are, and things are starting to flourish and blossom in your life? You have a checklist that you're checking off as you continue down the line. This is done. That is done. That assignment is clear. This task is taken care of. You are focused right now. And they're letting you know. We know what you've been through. We know where you are and we know where you're going. Just stay on track. Stay on your journey. Stay with steadfast on your mind. Struggle is real. The struggle is real. And you can give a testimony to that, to a group of people, to let them know that, the struggle is real. So when they look at you and just see you like the sun just rested on top of your head and talking about, you don't know what it's like to struggle. Oh, Taurus, tell them to wake up and stop the nonsense. I don't know what it is to struggle. Taurus, you're saying, listen, never judge a book by its cover. Yes, I look good now, but you didn't see me a year ago. You didn't see me months ago. I'm starting to come into my light now, but I've had my darkness, even when the light was shining. So don't ever envy anyone is your message, because we all have a story to tell. We've all had our experiences that have thrown us off course. You have had the broken relationship, the broken heart, the lacking, but you can't stay there. You can't stay complaining about yesterday. You have to change that poor mentality, that lacking mindset of never having enough. You have to have gratitude for what you already have, no matter how minute it may seem, because you were there. You were there. Scarcity, you didn't know when your next meal was coming in. And you're a very prideful person. Very prideful person. People may not have even known that you were struggling because you don't like to share everything with everybody. Very proud. You're a bull. You're very, very proud. But what happened is that you recognize that it was being cowardly not to admit that you needed a little assistance. It's okay to ask for help when you truly need. You can't control what the response is going to be. And sometimes you just got to humble yourself till you get to where you need to be. You give thanks for whoever has helped you. And you keep moving, because people are placed in our life for a reason. And whether or not we utilize what gifts they have to bestow upon us is up to us. Don't be so proud and prideful that you can't open your mouth and say, I need a little help, please. Not as a continuous backup plan, but a time of need. And the right people will fall in line and fall into your life in divine timing. And you have to believe that with your heart, with your intuition, and acknowledge the fact. And also recognize that your source will send those people in your life directly to you. Directly to you. And we all have a journey. Your journey, Taurus, is no different. We all have wants and desires in our life. We all have a plan. How we execute it depends on us. You are setting up a plan of growth, a plan of achievement, taking care of the assignments. You are settling things one by one because you know your potential. You're working on paying debt. You're working on paying debt, and that's why you're settling all of it. Maybe you're working on your credit right now to clean it up, and you're paying off debt, creditors. You're settling so that you could move on, and every notch you're checking it off because you're looking at working and living a different life. You want to see that phenomenal growth, and you are determined to make it happen and manifest in your life. You are putting the work in. You are putting the work in. And you recognize that everything may not work in your favor, but you're going to do your best to make sure as much as possible will work in your favor. And that's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And you are determined. You are determined. You have this, I'm telling you, you have this mindset right now that it's like, I have some work to do and I'm going to get it done. I'm going to get it done. You not making excuses. You're putting the power in. You're putting the energy in. You are at your best self right now because you know what you want and you're going after it. You're not playing, Taurus. You are not playing, and people may not get it. They see it. They can't believe it, but you will achieve it. And that's the truth. You will achieve it. You're so excited and passionate about what you're doing right now, Taurus. You climbing for real. You're not letting anybody throw you off course. You're working on bettering yourself. You are, woo. Yeah, I definitely see you working on building. You want some things and you want to be in a position to have them. So they say joy cometh in the morning. Your joy is on the way, and you're starting to get the trickling effect because it's coming down and bestowing upon your table. You have been through it, Taurus. And you fell in love with yourself because you were starting to recognize your skills and greatness for what it is. That's why your harvest is coming in. It's coming. It's coming. And it's well deserved. So stop with that lacking mentality of, I don't have this, I don't have that. Continue with the balance in your life. Continue giving. Continue sharing with others. Because that's what you do regardless. You share with other people. You're not a greedy person. You're a family-oriented person. And you open your heart and you open your mind and you give to others. You give to others. So I say to you, just keep going, keep growing, keep believing, keep getting on those knees and praying to your source and recognizing each and every day your contributions. You give from the heart. You don't need cameras to see you give. You just do. You're a loving soul, and your peace that you so desire is coming. Financial growth, inheritance. You always give into charity. You're a good person. You're a good person. You are going to be just fine. But I know you're exhausted from the turmoil and the experiences, but you're moving into your level up stage. You're going to be able to put away for a rainy day. You'll be far from the mindset of lacking. Garnetqueentarot here saying, be inspired to rise. Taurus, continue forging forward. Continue staying dedicated to your tasks and assignments. Keep with the mindset of overcoming and rising. How you think is so you shall reap. So make sure that you stay in the positive mindset and don't allow obstacles or doubt to come in. Think things through and make the right decision. You are well on your way, and all your experiences have brought you to where you are today. Peace, love, and prosperity. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And thank you so much for visiting the channel and stopping by so we could talk. Take care.